So you sold the plaintiff a car that he can't drive. So why didn't you take it back?
I mean, obviously, having a vehicle, even if it's 2, 3 days, 4 days, I did not know what he did to the vehicle. I mean, I don't know how he drove it. If there was anything that went wrong with it afterwards, I had no control over it. I did not do anything to cause that or make that.
We're going to excuse the parties while we deliberate in this matter.
So this is kind of interesting. We have two pretty bright line rules in place. One is that the buyer of a used car should do his due diligence. Buyer beware, it's an as-is sale. The other principle is that the defendant was required to have the vehicle smog checked before he sold it to the plaintiff. And because he didn't do that, it's a sale that's invalid under California law, which seems to me to be a pretty easy out. We unwind it, we give the plaintiff his money back.
And frankly, his purchasing the car for $300 sticks in my gut.
Mine too.
The extensive repairs that are needed here really trouble me also. And there's some indication that there might have been some cosmetic repairs. I'm very comfortable with letting the as-is principle surrender gracefully to the California rule.
You know, I was very hard on the plaintiff because I wanted him to realize what a ridiculous decision he made in driving this car around the block once, paying more than double in value, not knowing what it was. I'm with you, the $300 purchase on a car he never himself claims he brought to be smogged. He knew that car couldn't be smogged. He wasn't using it himself. He couldn't have driven it around himself because it was illegal for him to drive it. So under both the smog theory or the mere fact that I think that this wasn't an arm's length legitimate transaction, I'm willing to give this plaintiff his money back.
I'm good with it on whatever basis you feel is fine.
I'm comfortable with it either way.
Great, so we're unanimous.
Yes.
This courtroom is again in session.
Your car needed to be smog checked before you sold it to the plaintiff. If you didn't do that, you needed to intelligently waive that requirement. There's a transfer fee and some other administrative things that the two of you could have done. I'm not saying you did anything improper. You said you didn't know, but it's a requirement in the state. Young man, you didn't do a good job here. You got to get a car checked out. You've got to know what the rules are. You are prevailing in this case because of a legal requirement imposed by the state of California. So as part of our judgment, we are going to order you to return the title and the vehicle to the defendant. We'll give you 7 business days. Is that adequate time?
That's fine.
Very good. Judgment in this case is in favor of the plaintiff for $3,465. And good luck to you both.
And this courtroom is adjourned.
I guess I'm just grateful.
It's 185,000 miles. The car is in good shape. I mean, it had no issues.
So I turned it on to move the car and there was a check engine light, which was not on before.
A small check, I got paid for it. I mean, I should have known the laws better.
Go forth and do my due diligence like the judges advised me.